Well, I'll validate you. I love watching you on TV
Oh,
because
you do?
I see you. You know, I'm part of the community. I live here, and I love that you have passion for integrity and righteousness. I know that you move around and you bring light to a lot of subjects that need to be addressed, and so I salute you for that.
Well, I
We're doing
appreciate
the
that.
same thing.
I appreciate that. We, we mostly chase bad guys. I don't get to do something like this all the time. I'm
That's
just
a good
thrilled to
thing,
be
you
doing
know.
it. Yeah.
Just the fact that you're bringing light and to people who maybe they'll even change by being exposed. You never know. But I love that you're transmitting a frequency of bringing a healing or correcting.
I want to ask you about healing. By the time this airs, it will be after the election. So whatever happens, happens. I've never seen an election like this. I've never seen it so nasty and negative and our nation so divided. You're a healer. How do you heal this?
All you have to do is spread teachers, sell teachers that says, "My light will see me through," because these elections are like Copperfield. It's all an illusion. It's the illusion of selling fear. Huh? Quite frankly, they're just both selling fear. And so you have to go with saying, this is a lesson in how the clever fools can become like ministers in wrestling. And in fact, I saw a person who used to be like that. I forget his name. He was so clever. He became like a wrestler ministry. That way he had both of them together. And Muhammad Ali learned a lot from that because he copied Gorgeous George.
Yeah.
So he convinced people to pay money to come and see him lose. So that's what this is. This is all an illusion about getting people to invest in the illusion that we need something that they have, and they are. But the real reality is that love will always conquer fear. Regardless because when I see Donald Trump, it's no different than Ronald Reagan or LBJ or Nixon. It's the same guy with a different face, and we survive all of them. So I'm into a place where I get to believe that these children right here, and what Andre Agassi is doing, and Steffi, and you're doing, and I'm doing, we are doing the opposite of selling fear. We're promoting love, unity, harmony. I believe that with all this stuff that's happening, America is really thirsty now because of this stuff. America's thirsty for righteousness and integrity. And we're going to get it.
Spirituality, it's been a theme in your work, your whole career, the person you've become now. Is Las Vegas a spiritual place? Is it a good fit for you?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I've been here for almost 7 years, maybe more. And what I learned in here is that because of people like you, we need to promote even more and more around the world that what's happening around the Strip. Now, the positive thing about the Strip is that you have supremely talented people who can do things almost like the X-Men, almost like mutants, with the stuff that they do, like Cirque du Soleil. I mean, it ain't easy to do. So you have to prepare months and months and months just to be an acrobat of that stature and that perfection physically to do. So I salute what's happening in the Strip with the talent and everything. However, Andre Agassi's school, 3 Squares, and tell me the other ones.
Las Vegas Rescue Mission.
All of those other things, they need to be promoted on 5 o'clock in the morning or 60 Minutes, because there's an army of people that I call weapons of mass compassion people. And people don't see that. They just see Las Vegas, to come to Las Vegas and be an adult, like a child living up your fantasies or whatever. That's what they promote. But in reality, when you come in here, this place, it was like rubble 2 months ago, and it was a state-of-the-art shopping mall with a lot of employment for a lot of people. So I see the positive thing about Las Vegas, and I think that this is going to set the standard for the rest of America, because I believe here in Las Vegas, we can have our own TV show like they do in LA or New York with those late shows.
Yeah.
The late lame shows, I call them. because they're really boring and not funny. They're just really boring. Here we have the talent, and we need to have a host, a woman or a man, who can broadcast all across the coast a different kind of frequency.
You and I have pursued some of the same kind of topics over the years. I don't know if you've seen any of my stuff. I'm a UFO guy. I chase UFOs, which have led me into some strange directions.
God bless you.
About whether we are alone and there are other entities around us. What's your take on that stuff? What do you think? Are we here by ourselves, or is somebody else here as well?
Absolutely not. Everything that you see on the iPads in all this format, it didn't came from like necessarily a mind, unless it was like Nikola Tesla, or Einstein. A lot of the technology of making pictures move and enhancement and this and that and touch this, a lot of it, I think we traded certain things from the ETs, because if you talk about the things in the 50s that we have today, they would call you crazy.
Yeah.
And now it's like kids know it. They grab it and like ducks to water. They just like dolphins to water. They just know it. So the technology that we have today obviously was given to us by a different mind than the human mind.
I know you've had experiences that some people would call supernatural. Have you ever had an encounter with something unknown like that?
Every day, since I met Cindy, I pray for her, and sure enough, there's no difference between what we call the invisible, intangible guardians, angels, people who accompany you. Some people call it from other galaxies. And see, we have friends like J.J. Hurtak,
Yeah.
who they, there's a language, for example, and I'm going to say it really clearly because this would help a lot of people with their behavior. This is what we're here to do, is help the humans with their behavior. So because humans are bent on self-destruction and sabotage their own spirituality. So here it is. If you put in this school or any institution like this, you cannot behave appropriately unless you perceive correctly. Okay? And then the other side, you put, once you perceive you're a beam of light, you carry yourself differently. That's not religion. That's a different kind of because most people are going to say, what?
Yeah.